accusations against the Justice Department from a former employee. He claims that a case of voter intimidation was scaled back all because of race. It's an accusation that the DOJ flatly denies, and the U.S. Commission on Civil Rights is now investigating. But it all revolves around cell phone video taken on Election Day 2008, the day Barack Obama was elected president. Two members of the new Black Panther Party are in military-style uniforms outside a Philadelphia polling place, one of them with a nightstick.
Hi, I'm here at 1221 Fairmount in Philadelphia, and there's a guy with a billy club right here. So, do we have any problems here? What's going on? Everything okay?
Everything's fine.
I'm just making sure.
Why y'all taking 1220 Fairmount?
I'm here. I'm just a media guy, and that's all I'm doing. I'm with the University of Pennsylvania.
Identification for that?
No. Who are you with? Sorry.
I'm security.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I think they know about it already.
I mean, I have a poll watcher certificate, so I can go inside.
What? I'm just wondering why you come up taking pictures.
I mean, what?
I'm just wondering why everybody's taking pictures. That's all.
Okay. I mean,
no.
I think it might be a little bit intimidating that you have a stick in your hand. That's why, you know?
Yes. Who are you to decide?
No, I'm an attorney.
I mean, that's a weapon, so that's why I'm a little worried.
Who are you to decide?
I mean, I'm a concerned citizen, and I'm just worried that you might be...
So are we.
Okay.
That's why we're here.
Okay, but you have a nightstick in your hand.
So what?
I mean...
You got a camera phone.
I have a camera phone, which is not a weapon.
Listen. Never mind. I think I'm going to call the police. I think.
Now, this video and this story got us talking about the new Black Panther Party, a group now classified as an active hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center and the Anti-Defamation League. Here's why.
We keep begging white people for freedom. No wonder we're not free. Your enemy cannot make you free, fool. You want freedom? You're gonna have to kill some crackers. You're gonna have to kill some of their babies. Let us get our act together.
That is from a new Black Panther Party rally in Philadelphia. Now, we want to make the point that the new Black Panther movement is in no way affiliated with the Black Panthers of the Civil Rights era. This is the original Black Panthers. And in light of the voter intimidation investigation, we thought that taking a look back at the 1960s movement would help us all put this in better perspective. Bobby Seale is a founding chairman of the original Black Panthers. He's joining us live from Oakland. Bobby, great to see you.
Good morning.
First of all, your reaction quickly, if you don't mind, to the cell phone video and these new Black Panthers standing there in front of the polling station. Do you believe that that was voter intimidation?
Yeah, to some degree it was. What happens is they misunderstood. They're supposed to have a candidate on the ballot or somebody they support that relates to the arguments for change that they want, and rather than having a club or something like that. And it's a misrepresentation, of course, of what we were about. I mean, I ran for mayor of Oakland. I ran for California State Assembly. We put party members on the ballot. Political electoral politics was part of our thing. We were some of the most profound grassroots community organizers in the country at the time for those days.
And I want to go deeper into that difference and the fact that you did run for office and you were so much about making change versus inciting hate. And I want to ask you, the new Black Panthers, they declined to come on air with you today. I want you to know that I did reach out and they declined to have this discussion. So with that point made, how do you feel about the fact that they are building off your legacy? They even have your book, Seize the Time, listed as a book that new Black Panthers should read. In addition, they have a 10-point plan, just like you had a 10-point plan. They use a lot of the same language, except for one thing that I noticed. The Black Panther Party from your time, the Black Panther Party that you founded, said, all power to all the people. And that's what was listed in your 10-point plan. The new Black Panther Party plan uses some of the same language, but says, all the people of color have been subjected to the white man's wrath. I look at your 10-point plan and I see a huge difference between that and the new Black Panther Party 10-point plan.
Well, our 10-point platform and program was about all power to people. We started in the African-American community. We became a profound organization, but our principles, we were never what you call xenophobic black nationalists. We were not We were not separatist black nationalists. That was not the name of the game. I created this party. This organization came out of my heart, mind, and soul. It was black community unity, yes, but only as a catalyst to help humanize the world. And every possible practical, progressive human being that wanted to help and work with us or work in coalition with us, other ethnic groups, other Asian, Native American, Puerto Rican, and others. This is what we had coalition politics. We crossed all racial lines and ethnic lines. And we said all power to all the people because really we was trying to get rid of institutionalized racism in America. And to run for political office is one method of trying to do that. And that's the way you want to try to get into political office, to change laws that's on the books. And this is largely what's happening. I mean, I have former Black Panther Party members. Bobby Rush is a United States congressman. Another person who was a community worker with the Black Panther Party was none other than Congresswoman Barbara Lee. I mean, and they stand up. These are stand-up people that we were fighting for constitutional, democratic, civil, human rights, economic parity, et cetera, that we stood for in the 1960s.
Okay, so with that point, which is exactly the point that I wanted you to make, I want you to listen to King Samir Shabazz. He's the chair of the Philadelphia chapter, and he was speaking at a rally there. Take a listen to this, and I want to get your feedback.
We didn't come out here to play today. There's too much serious business going on in the black community to be out here sliding through South Street with white, dirty, cracker whore on our arm, and we call ourselves black men with African garb on. What the hell is wrong with you, black man? You had a doom day with a white girl on your damn arm.
How does that make you feel?
Well, I mean, it's just that old xenophobic kind of rhetoric, you know, a xenophobic kind of rhetoric that turns into sort of a kind of a racist rhetoric rather than anything that's constructive. You know, we used to say the only true culture worth holding on to was really a people's revolutionary culture. In other words, re-evolving more political, economic, and social justice power back into the hands of the people. That's really what's necessary to be held on to, rather than making absurd racial categorical remarks. That's not what it's about. You know what I mean? If they use my book, Seize the Time, they should read page 69. It says why we are not racist. I state there, and I stated in 1970 when I wrote the book, as a political prisoner at the time, we will never ever stoop to the low scurvy level of the mentality of a racist just to hate another person just because of the color of their skin or their ethnicity. We don't do that. That's not what the goal objective. The goal objective is human liberation. The goal objective is a greater community cooperation with humanism. The goal objective is to get rid of institutionalized racism. And for instance, being a great supporter, Barack Obama is a representative of us having gotten rid of a large aspect of institutionalized racism here in the United States of America.
And final thought, just looking back at some of the pictures on your website that reminded me of what you made happen, the free breakfast program, the youth institutes, the free ambulance service. Just looking back at these images, so different, Bobby, from the images we see within the new Black Panther Party. Are you concerned about how the new Black Panther Party is affecting your legacy and the good things you did, as you say, not only for the African-American community, but for all?
Well, the problem with the young people, you see, the new Black Panthers have been around since 1989, out of Dallas, Texas originally. And the old Black Panthers there called me up. They're a bunch of PhDs and stuff, and says, Chairman Bobby, you got to do something and come down here and speak about these guys because they're distorting what we were about. So they don't understand this. So the new Black Panthers in their changed form have never put up one of these kinds of programs. Now, the programs help unify the people in the community, unify the electoral power in the community. When you unify the electoral power in the community, then you're doing a heck of a lot more because you're going to the core, you're going to the law books, you're going to the city charters, you're going to the legislative framework that made the laws in the first place. You know, when Rosa Parks was forced to move to the back of the bus, there was a law on the books that said that. So the objective is to change that law, and that's the way you change institutionalized racism in America. Now, we got attacked, and we defended ourselves. I mean, I have 28 dead Black Panther Party members by the end of December, you know what I mean? But then who steps in? United States Congress. Finally, we got Ted Kennedy and Senator Church to step in, and they put the FBI and the police on the hot seat about running around attacking all our Black Panther Party. After that, there were never, ever many more shootouts in the Black community. And we went on to continue to run for political office, organize programs, get whole major institutions in our community, etc. That is what evolving human liberation is truly about.
Bobby Seale, founder of the original Black Panthers, not to be associated with the new Black Panther movement. What an honor to talk to you today, and what a great discussion. I really appreciate your time, Bobby.
Thank you.
Happening right now and coming into